Hi guys. So basically, now we are given this question right here, and we have to find out what G is. So first and foremost, before we go into our formula, the SN formula, we have to find out what A, R, and N is. So to find out A, we can't say A is G over 2 because, as you can see in the sigma, they say K is equal to 2, so we have to start at 2 and not at 1. So basically we have to find out what our first term is. So to find our first term, we have to say, take our general formula, which is 3 over 2, 3 over 2, and then in place of the K, we must substitute the 2, which is going to be 2. Okay, so we say G over 2, which is going to give us 9 over 4. So to simplify this further, we're going to have 9G over 8. So now this is our first term. This is our actual first term. And then now that we have our first term, we have to find R. So to find R, we have to take our second term divided by our first term, right? And then, which means now we have to find our second term. So our second term is going to be G over 2 times 3 over 2 to the power of 3. It's going to be 3 now, not 2, because we're finding the second term. So, which is going to simplify into G over 2 times 27 over 8, which is going to give us 27G over 16. So now we have our A, which is 9G over 8. And then now we have to find our R. Our R is our common ratio. Remember, we have to take the second term divided by the first term. So our R is going to be 27G over 16 divided by 9G over 8. So according to mathematics, to make this much more simple for yourself, you can change this into a multiplication situation by simply writing the 9G over 8 in its inverse form. So to do that, we can say 27G over 16 multiplied by 8 over 9G, which simplified is going to give us 8 goes into 16 2 times, 9G goes into 27 3 times, so we're going to have 3 over 2. That's our common ratio. I know you could have simply taken it from the original formula that was given to you in the question, but yeah, I just chose to show it to you guys. And then to find N, to find N, we have to take the top minus the bottom plus 1. Our top was 7, and then the bottom was 2, so it's going to be minus 2, and then plus 1, which is going to give us a new N which is 6. So now we have our A, our R, and our N. Now we can go to our formula, that is Sn is equal to A bracket Rn, R to the power of n minus 1, close bracket, over R minus 1. So now we're going to substitute the values that we just found by our Sn is the 666 over 128. So it's going to be 665 over 128, which is going to be equal. Our A is 9G over 8. Square bracket, because we're going to substitute something in. So 3 over 2 to the power of 6, not 7. Please don't make that mistake, guys. Minus 1, close bracket, over 3 over 2 minus 1. So we're just going to simplify this further for ourselves. So it's easier to solve for G. So we have 665 over 128, which is going to be equal to 9G over 8. Now we can write a round bracket because we're simplifying further. So we have 7 to 9 over 64 minus 1, close bracket, over a half. So, and then now we can simply deal with the 7 to 9 over 64 minus 1 and simplify that much more further to make it easier for yourself, because that's what mathematics is all about, to make things much more simpler for us to actually find what we're looking for. So 9G over 8, this is going to be giving us 665 over 64 over the half. So to get rid of the half and have the 9g over 8 multiplied by the 665 over 64, we have to multiply this whole thing by a half. So we're going to say multiplied by a half, which is going to give us 665 over 256 is going to be equal to 9g over 8 multiplied by 665 over 64. Right, so now we have everything in a much more simpler way, but it's still kind of confusing, but don't be alarmed, it's still manageable. The 665 over 64, you can look at it as like one term, like as like an x or like a 7 or a 2, whatever you want to look at it, instead of like seeing that big number and being afraid. So we can simply take that 665 over 64 and divide it within the whole equation, so that you can get rid of it. So we can divide this by 665 over 64, and then it's going to give us a quarter, 9g over 8. So now it's much more simpler. You just have to multiply this by 8, multiplied by 8, which is going to give us 2 is equal to 9g, and then divided by 9, 2 over 9 is going to be equal to g. So this is our answer, guys. It was a hectic one, a bit of a long one as well, but yeah, this is how you can tackle this question. So yeah, thank you.